Hello everyone, welcome to Battleborn Open Beta, a game by Gearbox and 2K. The open beta was out at the weekend, so I downloaded it to check it out. We currently have story mode, which includes 2 missions, if I remember rightly. I can't remember which way I recorded this in, but in the versus public we have Incursion, which is a MOBA style, push into the enemy territory, kill their bosses, and Meltdown, which is kind of the same, but instead of a boss, you have to escort your minions to a specific location on the map. I personally prefer Meltdown. It's a smaller map. It allows certain characters to shine compared to Incursion. Incursion favors, or tends to favor, it has longer sight ranges, so people with, you know, snipers and arrows and shit tend to have a little bit easier time on that map. Whereas Meltdown is a little bit more cluster fucky, for lack of a better word. I can't remember who we're playing in this video. Miko the mushroom, that's the one. Okay, now we get to select our character. At this moment in time, we don't have too many unlocked. You get Isaac, which is the blue guy on the first guy in the select screen. He gets unlocked from one of the public story quests. But I think we're going to be the healer, Miko. I think it's the only real healer in the game currently. We're going to go with our attack loadout because we don't have anything else yet. And Miko is a sentient mushroom, I think. I mean, it's a mushroom with arms and legs and a face. So right now I'm bringing up Miko's abilities. Combat healer and a difficulty of easy. Our Q ability is a self-heal, and it also empowers our healing beam, which we'll get onto later. E ability is a grenade style ability, and it'll slow everybody in the center for a short time. And F is, if anybody's played WoW, remember the wild mushrooms that druids used to have? It's a bit like that. You put a mushroom down, and if you stand in range, you also heal people. Alright, we're in the game now. Now, this little scoreboard in front of me explains how you win this match. And it pretty much forces you to watch it, because that's the way you also get out. So basically it's just telling you what I told you earlier. And right now I'm showing off the abilities. Left click is to throw the kunai. Right click is the healing beam, much like from TF2. And then the Q ability, which is the self-heal. The E ability, which is the grenade thing. And then we also press 1 and we get some talents. Now I can't remember which one I picked there. I picked it a little bit too fast. I'm doing this in post so I can hopefully commentate a bit better on the gameplay, because I was fairly new to the game at this point, so I'm trying to focus on my gameplay. Here's a spoiler, the gameplay does kind of get better as I get used to it in the upcoming videos. So the gist that I've got is the grey things you can see on the floor, just that I've run over there. They're like the lanes. This sandy stuff we're on now, the minions don't go on this, the minions stay on the silver metal stuff. Like I said, Miko is pretty much the only healer in the game. There is the person we're attacking now is Ambra. She can also do some healing, but nothing compared to Miko. He's pretty overpowered, and yeah, we can't really go up against a Galilea right now. But Miko is capable of doing some serious damage. So these are lane minions. We're clearing them out now. If you don't clear them and they reach your eater things, your grinders, that's what they're called, you get points based on which minions make it. The little guys don't give much points, but the big flying ones, they give loads. So you want to kill them. So right now I'm staying back, healing our tank. This big robot guy, he's our tank. So I'm just staying behind him, using the healing beam. And the healing beam heals more if we have our Q ability active. So if you have a particularly intense bit of team fighting, you want to activate the Q. Make sure you're doing that. Throw out the E as well. It'll slow down the enemy in case they're trying to chase you. This big Oryx demon thing, it's actually like almost, it's one hero, but there's 2 people. There's a little like emo child, and then the big demon that protects the little emo child. And he's more of a ganker assassin type thing. And the big robot guy is Isaac, and he's more of just a pure tank. So, who else do we have on our team? Right, the enemy team. This person here is Ambra. She's very deceptive. She carries a staff, so everyone assumes she's a spellcaster, but no, she wants to get in your face and do some damage. The enemy Galilea, the one with the purple shield around her, as far as I know, is some sort of tank and can block a shit ton of damage using her shield. She just raises her shield and everything is... she just immunes everything. But what I've noticed from playing over the beta for the last 2 days is that Miko can really influence a teamfight because the game's still in beta. It's going through the same teething problems as Heroes did, in the fact that 90% of the teams, 90% of the matches will either be stomp or get stomped, and then 10% you'll have such a good, close, even game. But that's just a natural progression of having a few players in a beta, really. And I'm sure matchmaking tweaks will arrive shortly. Mainly because it's perfectly acceptable. Neither team will have a healer, or one team will have Miko and the other team will not have Miko, and generally the team with Miko tends to do rather well if the Miko knows what they're doing, like not standing in all the shit like I am right now. Yeah, that's a no-no, so we activate the self-heal and get the hell out. You can also upgrade your loadout abilities, so as well as talents. You can read that on the screen there, so we're just upping the healing, basically. The ones on the left is healing, and the ones on the right is damage. So as well as the talents that you get, you know, like in Heroes, they morph your abilities. You also get actual just stat upgrades, like you would in Dota and stuff. So what we've got now is, it's literally the only 3 items that we currently have, and I think they're all pretty much aimed towards attack damage and stuff. But you can get ones that increase your reload speed and cooldown reduction and attack speed, attack damage, healing power, skill damage, all sorts of crazy stuff. Even building cost. As well as the talents and the items and your loadout, you can also buy upgrades. So you can see the turret on the side there, that costs 500 points to upgrade, and that's where shards come in. You need to collect shards from things to build things, which will help your defense and clearing layer minions, helping with the odd team fight now and then as long as you fight near them. And also you can use the shard points to activate your ability, activate your items. The items that you bring in your loadout don't actually work. When you load in, you have to spend the shard cost on them to activate them, as far as I know. I mean, that's what I figured out. Alright, so now we've got the basics out the way. I hopefully won't have to go over all of that in the next video. We can concentrate on the gameplay. Obviously, I'll hopefully brush over it in the next videos, but I think that was the majority out of it. So right now we're trying to poke down with our kunai, and we get a lot of assists on Miko, but we aren't very good at doing killing blows or anything. Every kunai that we land also applies a slight poison, which will do a dot. And I see that Oryx is taking a lot of damage, so we just spam the healing beam. You can't target the healing beam. It kind of goes towards where you're aiming, but you can't specifically target it on a person unless they're the only person within range. Once all your team starts crumping up, it's just, you just have to hope to God it heals the right person. On top of that, the healing beam can also heal minions, which isn't helpful most of the time. One thing I do want to say about Battleborn is it has hilariously good dialogue. Really, really good dialogue, really good sound production.
We're halfway there. Our minion
but I think, is Gearbox the people who made Borderlands? I can't remember. I should really know that. But if it is, I really like their style of humour and they have really good dialogue. The robots in the other game mode, Incursion, they often spout out quite funny one-liners. Also, the big tower of doom thing that you're trying to appease by sacrificing minions, he comes out with some funny stuff. We're going to help out with some damage there on Galilea, make sure our team's all the way topped up. I think, do we get swift draw here? We should have gone for the healing, but we're going to go for the swift draw. So basically reload our 6 kunai 50% faster. So you do have an ammo counter. You don't ever run out of ammo, but you do have to reload, so we get 6 at a time. And yeah, you don't actually have to pick up any ammo or anything like that. We are going to get outnumbered, I think. You can see they did try and chase a little bit on the minimap. We jumped down, but our teammate went in after us. So we're going to have to go back up there and help him. But he did go invisible, and that leaves us in a pretty sticky situation. But, you know, we're Miko. We can just run out and self-heal. So I thought he was going to take a ton of damage there, so we activate the self-heal and the healing beam, so we're pumping out some serious damage. He still wants to go in against this Galilean. Not a smart decision in most cases. But our priority now is not to do damage. All I wanted to do in this game is just pump out so much healing that our team, even if they were really bad, could just outlive the opponent and just pure out heal the enemy team. Hopefully we will win that way. And it's usually a safe way to go. If you can pump out the most amount you can on Miko, then you're giving your team the best chance I've found, well, in the beta. Again, in the beta, we're all newbies. I've got reload speed items. It's not good, but you know, I think did they give up? Yeah, they surrendered, so we didn't even get to talk about the surrender option. We'll save that for next time. So I know that was a short one, but hopefully we can continue from where we left off in the next episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. Stick around for more.